Here's another story with a happy ending. Could have been another tragic tale, another fatal car accident to report. Instead, it is a remarkable story of survival.
Yeah, two teens plummet down a steep embankment near Garden Valley, landing in the frigid river, clinging to life on a piece of ice for 8 hours. It's a story you'll see only on 7, and Alyson Outen takes us to the Banks-Loman Road for what you mentioned, Mark, a very happy ending.
Looking back on it is like, it's just a miracle how we survived.
Broken and bruised, 18-year-old Jennifer Brooks, her friend Cody King, and her dog Lou returned to a curve in the Banks-Loman Road that very nearly took their lives.
That was like the best, worst day of my life.
After hitting a patch of ice in the early morning hours of January 20th, Jennifer's car launched over the side of the embankment where yet another threat lurked. The fast-moving frigid waters of the Payette River far below, waters that still swirl around the wrecked remains.
I was just thinking, oh crap, this is gonna hurt.
Did you think it was gonna be the end?
I thought it was.
It was neither the end of their lives nor the end of this remarkable story. With the car quickly sinking into the river, the teens went into instinctive survival mode, but even that proved a bit ill-fated.
Like, I just started swimming for the nearest land and got out and got on the piece of ice down there and looked up and noticed we were on the wrong side of the river. Like, this ain't good.
When Cody said we got to strip our clothes because, of course, we had to. They were all soaked.
Can you put into words how cold you were?
I don't know.
I really can't.
It's so cold that you kind of stop being cold. You just like stop shivering. I don't know. It was cold though. That's for sure.
The two injured teens found themselves scantily clad and stranded on a tiny ledge of ice. You can still see their clothes and blood stains from a cut on Cody's head. And this is where they huddled all night long.
Cars would go by and we'd try to yell at them, and of course they couldn't hear us. And then it started getting really cold and started snowing, and we started freezing, and that's when it was like, oh God, we might not make it out of here tonight.
In the morning, Jennifer and Cody have another death-defying decision to make. Somehow, they have to cross this icy river once again and then climb up this incredibly steep ravine in hopes of finally finding help.
It was the only way we were going to get out, and we just wanted to get warm again.
Removing even more clothes for this final swim, the friends plunged in and prayed. On the other side, they found not only help, but Lou Dog, alive but limping. Jennifer and Cody were airlifted to St. Al's, both treated for their injuries, including frostbite, from which Jennifer is still recovering. Lou Dog is also mending from a broken leg, all relatively minor injuries from one major ordeal.
It was pretty scary.
Everybody I've talked to so far, they're just like, oh, you guys are so lucky. And I was like,
yeah.
Luck only takes you so far. This was an act of God. You must have some kind of plan for us.
Near Garden Valley, Alyson Outen, Idaho's News Channel 7.
Incredible. As you saw, Jennifer's car is still submerged in the river. Her family and sheriff's deputies are trying to determine just how they're going to remove it, including the possibility of using a helicopter.